Hello, everyone. It's Candace. Trust you're all doing amazing. I just wanted to come on here as we recently certified about a dozen master trainers of NLP. And I couldn't be more proud of this group that's coming in as master trainers with the American Board of NLP. And the first person I'd like to interview is Tara. Some of you may know her, and if you don't, you will get to know her. So, welcome, Tara, who's from Australia.
Thanks, Candace. Thanks for having me here.
Hi, Tara. So, we're talking about Master Trainer, and let me congratulate you again. Great
hmm
job. I know how many hours and years and days, and you have a family and you're working full time, and I know we talked throughout the years, and it was a lot of work, right? It was a lot of work.
It took a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges thrown in along the way.
So I guess my question, let's start off. What first drew you to NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming?
So I remember, I had no concept of what NLP was. And I remember hearing it three times, like quite close together. Like it would have been within a 2 week period. I think I heard it on a podcast, I read it in a book, and then somebody mentioned it. And I was like, right, I need to know what this NLP is. So quick Google search later, understanding a little bit of what NLP was about. I was like, I need to learn this, you know? So it pretty much went from there, just looking it up, going, I'm really interested in this. And I immediately started researching practitioner courses. So I'd always been interested in how people, why people do what they do. And at the time, I was looking for further skill development in communication, negotiation, and influence. So I was doing a leadership, coaching with somebody else in my corporate career at the time, and I was looking for something else. So it came at a really good time.
So we all start off as an NLP practitioner, we move on to master practitioner, and then eventually NLP trainer. So my question to you, why did becoming a master trainer of NLP matter to you?
Knowing how to do the techniques that I'd learned through the practitioner and the MPRAC, it wasn't enough. I really needed to understand more of why they worked, the intricacies of how they worked, and being able to apply that in different contexts, timing, different challenging clients. I'd gone through and done some practice between practitioner and MPRAC, and you come across some challenges, and I really wanted to go a step further and really understand how to apply it in those different situations and why did it work? What was more of the science behind it and the keys to the success of the techniques.
Great. So as we talk throughout the years on your master trainer journey, I know you oftentimes had monthly meetings and webinars, and the school, I should say, or Adriana James, the standards that they have or the criteria in their master trainer program is extensive. And tell us a little bit about that journey of how it impacted you and what difference did it make as you became that master trainer of NLP.
Yeah, I think the aspect that I didn't expect going into Master Trainer in and the journey, the 3 year journey that took me is I didn't expect the level of self-work that came with it. Really, I wanted to go in from that technical perspective. As I said, understanding the techniques. But so much of what came out of the Master Trainer journey for me was my own self-discovery, understanding my own projections, how to manage those, how to even confront those and understand them and what are they, and digging into my own unconscious patterns and habits and gaining an in-depth understanding of what my own values were, because the whole journey to that self-discovery for myself then allows me to see new things and, be those logical levels above your clients in terms of, the patterns and the language and the things that you're able to see within them. So I guess that was the aspect of the journey that I wasn't really anticipating at the start, but certainly was, the real depth of that journey.
It sounded like a tough boot camp.
At times, yes. And I think, the leaders of the boot camp at the time, our trainers, and also, to the others on that master trainer journey with me following that path, it was very much keep each other accountable and, raising the awareness bar for ourselves. So, we did that in tandem, which was great.
I find that awesome because I speak to people that's become a master trainer, and at least you guys had a support group. You guys had someone to lean on and ask questions
Mm.
and bring each other back to reality or whatever it may be. So you're, in that sense, you guys had a great support system where you guys all, as a class, stayed together and worked through this journey together, which is amazing. So Tara, share with us what was one of the hardest, or what is the hardest part of this master trainer journey? If you could explain
I
what,
think
yeah,
I think I touched on that before, Candace, but I think it was the awareness of my blind spots, facing my own fears along that journey, understanding the limiting beliefs that I had been ignorant to, and being able to face those head on as challenges for raising my own awareness bar, but then also utilizing the techniques, keeping myself accountable and utilizing the techniques for myself so that I could really go further in that journey. It was really being willing to see those things within myself that I hadn't seen before, or I hadn't acknowledged before.
so tell us what kept you going when it got tough.
I think when it gets tough, it's those moments that are pushing us to discover something within ourselves. So a lot of those times, it was discovering something within myself that was actually, keeping me in that tough time. Something that I was holding on to, whether it be, a fear of failure or a fear of not being enough, or, beliefs and programs and habits, and holding on to those was actually keeping me in those most challenging moments. So being able to utilize, the NLP techniques that you're learning and, you're continuing to learn and master, it's really mastering those for yourself.
Right.
So that really allowed me then the freedom to bring myself out of those challenging moments and overcome them. The installation of new beliefs, as you journey along. And I think being around people who inspire you and lift you up in that master trainer journey, that definitely helps to create and really embed those new habits and beliefs and programs that you want to run into the future.
Cool. How has becoming a master trainer changed you both personally and professionally?
Through the journey of master trainer, I think the biggest thing that jumps out to me is that I learnt the flexibility of behavior. This is something you come across in NLP when you go to your first practitioner and you have this, logical understanding at the time of what is flexibility of behavior. But throughout the master journey, I really took, I guess, an extended view of what that means to me and how I show up in the world in terms of challenges and change. So I think escaping that fear of challenges and change and knowing that things won't always be the same. And it's not about necessarily, making plans for what's unpredicted, like that's a waste of time and energy, but it's about having a mindset and building a mindset that you're ready for things,
Mhm.
those challenges and change when they arrive.
Awesome. So what is your vision for what's next as a master trainer?
Well, I'm excited about what I can offer to the boards now
Mm.
working alongside yourself. As you mentioned at the start, some people may have had some interactions with me now working with the boards, but I'd like to elevate, I guess, the experiences and deliver value for our board members.
Right.
And I'm also doing some relationship coaching. So I believe that the role of the romantic polarity in a relationship is something that's really undervalued and underlooked in our modern world, and that there appear to be very little useful skills shared in a lot of cultures, in particular in Western cultures, about how to communicate, connect, and grow in our modern relationships. So, integrating my skills in hypnotherapy, NLP Master Trainer, and also in Tantra to deliver impactful wellness retreats is something that I'm working toward.
So Tara, I'm just curious. You're working on becoming a master trainer these last few years. You were working alongside with me here at the boards, which I really appreciate and thankful. Um, and you helped assist with the conference that just happened while attending these monthly webinars and things for your master trainer program. How did you stay sane? How did you make this all happen? You made it look pretty easy.
Yes, and right at the end of that master trainer journey too, I moved house as well. Not only moving one house, but it was kind of moving two. So there was, yeah, a lot of times where I was like, okay, just prioritize. Um, Stay focused on the goals, I guess. It's it's about staying focused on your goals, prioritizing, and knowing that getting through challenges, teaches us a lot about ourselves and in turn, delivers us stories and metaphors and examples and abilities to relate to our clients and our students. So it's really going through those challenges that really push us to the next level.
Right. Wow. You did an amazing job. You did make it look uh, quite easy. I know there were moments when you were a little stressful, but if anybody, you were the one to make it. You made it happen. So congratulations. You know. Uh, uh,
Thank you.
Last question. What do you want other practitioners or trainers to know about this path or this journey on becoming a master trainer? What advice can you let other practitioners, trainers know?
Yeah, I think this builds on the theme that I kind of developed, that I didn't go into the master trainer journey, expecting a whole heap of personal growth and results. I went into this from a professional perspective and thought, yes, this makes sense, and I want to learn more about what I'm going to teach others. And the benefits of the journey, were so profound, not purely at a professional level. At a personal level, they just encompassed every aspect of my existence. The family life, the health, wellness, spirituality, that there was just so much integration and moving forward on all those aspects of life. Well, it felt like moving forward for me, in terms of my awareness. So yeah, that's what I guess I would say to others, is that it's a holistic journey. It's not only a professional development journey.
Amazing, amazing. Well, I wanted to congratulate you again, and thank you for your time. I know we're all busy, and geez, it's already November. Where is time going? I wanted to thank you as I'll be doing more interviews. I'm looking forward to speaking with other master trainers that recently graduated, their experiences. So thank you for sharing with us, the board audience, the viewers, whomever is watching, and stay tuned as I um, explore with more master trainers, and they're going to be sharing their journey, their experiences, and and how they overcame any challenges, and what made them interested on becoming a master trainer. And we can open up to questions later in the chat if people have more specific questions. And I'm sure Tara, you'd be willing to answer anyone that has questions. So thank you to the viewers. Thank you for everyone watching. Thank you so much, Tara. And again, big congratulations.
Thank you, Candace.
Have a great day.